Hi, I'm going to talk about why it's scary to make new friends. I, I think I did it to myself last night. I got on YouTube and I started getting caught up in some thumbnails about people on death row, how they got there, how they got interviewed. Now, um, I'm I'm not one that dwells on being chopped up or shot by someone I don't know. That's the farthest thing from my mind. But when I look at these videos, this one girl who looked to be in her 20s stabbed her boyfriend seven was it 17 times or 37 times in the back, slit his throat, and shot him in the back. Well, she was very beautiful. Um, if someone like me was in the dating field, I would look twice or three times. But that doesn't mean we know what's inside of a person's mind, does it? And this was her boyfriend that she killed. I looked her up. I'm looking to see if I have her name down here, but I don't. I don't see where I wrote it on my calendar. But she made major um, coverage on news stations. She was so attractive. She talked to guards into doing favors for her. She had her own social media networks. I guess she talked them out of a computer, and she she had people believing that she didn't kill this guy, and it showed an envelope with all these bills in it. Could have been $100 bills, $50 bills. I think the interviewer said, "Why they send you money if you killed somebody?" And they said, "Because they believe I didn't. Like I didn't. I really didn't kill him." Well, just because her DNA was all over his bloody body, she didn't get out of it just by saying I didn't do it. And I looked at some of the other guys. They were interviewed. They'd do it again. They said, "I have no regrets." Some of these are people like I've been friends with, but these weren't my friends. Um, you wonder what causes people. This made me think, why didn't I ever read books on the criminal mind? Why didn't I not do that? Well, it's because I was so innocent. I didn't think people did things like this until later in life. Now, having said that, I worked with people I did not know, perhaps way over 1,000, if not 2,000, in the mental health field. And many times since I owned the office and nobody was working with me, people chose to work for agencies that gave them a secure uh, uh, income and insurance. I paid for all my insurance and all that. Um, when I say insurance, I'm talking about health insurance, life insurance. I had $5 million worth of liability insurance in case someone leaves my room and shoots themselves, or in case someone falls on the floor and busts their head. Um, I carried $5 million. Now it was $1 million per person, 5 different people. It it wasn't one person wouldn't get the whole 5 million. Um, what I was required was $3 million to carry if I worked privately, which I did for 35 years. But the thing is that to pick up that extra $2 million and go from 3 million to 5 million, it wasn't over $20 a year more. Would you believe they would even charge me more? They upped it for one thing because I saw addiction. I was a licensed addiction therapist as well as a licensed marriage and family therapist, licensed clinical social worker, and Kentucky psychologist. So there we go. The more you get involved with these licenses, the more they can add, but not much. It didn't bother me. Um, I mean, no one likes to spend money for things they never use. I'm not saying that. Where I really got hurt the most was signing leases for 3 years that were way over $900 or $1,200, and have people start working and paying rent. I'd rent out the rooms so they could see people, and they'd all disappear. They'd quit. I was stuck with 3-year leases. Now I'm just sharing that uh, because I never met anyone who confessed to killing anyone. And I'm talking about seeing 8 people, up to 8 people, maybe more, maybe less, for 35 years. So when I see these YouTube commercials on people that's in for a long time, especially on death row, they look just like the people that were sitting this close as anyone in this room could sit. Um, maybe I just have more of a laid back approach and didn't anger anyone to where they felt like they needed to do damage to me, because there were some articles I read. I read some newsletters of the mental health professionals, and some were found dead at night. Well, not at night, but the next day, and they had been killed at night by their client. Um, that is frightening, of course, but didn't stop me from operating by myself. In the daytime, I'd have 1 or 2 secretaries, but they left at 5. I may continue to 7, 8, or 9. Don't think I had many close calls, maybe 2 or 3 where a car would pull up, and I remember this one guy. I'd already told him I didn't have medicine in the office. I'm not licensed in that way as a medical doctor. Well, he comes back later, and he takes off his shirt, and he takes off his T-shirt, and I had the curtain open, and I saw him do this, and the secretary was still there, one of them, and I said, lock all the doors as quick as you can and pull the curtains. What she did, he eventually left. But then the same thing sort of happened another time. It was winter, and a truck pulled up, turned on, right in front of my window in the lobby, turned off the lights, and just waited. Well, I guess if I'd have been smart, I would have called smarter. I would have called the sheriff and have him come and be there while I walked out. But I didn't. I waited for a while, and then I opened the door. It was cold and freezing because I slipped on the ice and fell backwards. I thought, oh God, this is not the way to do it next time. So I never had anything other than those two instances. I never had any confess to me that they killed anyone. But I did see a lot of prisoners, but mostly for drug use or selling drugs or repeats going back into the prison system for selling and taking drugs. So just wanted to tell you why I'm not ambitious about meeting people anymore. I'll definitely smile and say hi to them, but it's a different world than when I was younger, as far as how people must be thinking. I've never read a book on the mind of a criminal, so I don't know. Don't know why they do this, but I'm just sharing with you why some people, and they'll never express what I expressed, but they're afraid to meet someone because they've heard some such story about their boyfriend or girlfriend killing them. So this hasn't been what you would say a inspirational or uplifting video, but it just popped in my mind after I saw the frightening death row videos on YouTube. I want to thank you. There's several of you all that come to see me, visit me, see my videos, and I want you to know, just because I don't get to them in time, your messages, I'm going to try to do better, and maybe first thing tomorrow morning. I don't have anything planned except to see a couple people in a nursing home and get my T-Mobile phone program right. I've got it, but it didn't come with instructions. It didn't come with a plug-in cord. So then I ordered a plug-in cord that matched it from Amazon, and it was too big, it wouldn't go in. So I'm going to go and buy one straight from T-Mobile tomorrow. So that's what I've been up to, seeing people in the hospital and the nursing home all day, and then coming home and doing 2 videos. And one's on hospital and nursing homes, the one I did about 2 hours ago. I can't say it's a class act, nor can I say this is a class act, but some people have sent me messages saying that they kind of like the fact that I'm laid back and don't seem to be necessarily, I was going to say on focus, but that too, they've never said that. But because I'll drift off and I'll drift back on, and I'm drifting back on right now, saying why I'm not wanting to meet friends, except for exceptions. Maybe a friend of a friend. How about that? Would that be a good risk? And again, thank you, and have a great evening.